I'm Gigi Live and welcome to my channel. I wanted to do a video in reference to something different. I usually do videos about reselling. I like to resell because it is a way to give back to the earth. You might be thinking, what does that mean? I mean, reselling has nothing to do with giving back to the earth, but it does. But my video is not just about that today. I want to just talk about other things that I do besides reselling. But let me just tell you, if you are a reseller and you believe in recycling your clothes, like all of these clothes, shoes, and I have a very large assortment. If you go on Poshmark, you can see Poshmark Gigi Alive, Poshmark Ambassador G Alive, G-I-G-I, Alive is who I am. And you will see that I have a lot of things that I am recycling, putting back for someone else to enjoy is what recycling is all about, putting the item back into the marketplace. It's really important that we recycle our clothing. It's really important that we actually take the time to not just throw away clothes or give it to Goodwill, because actually the majority of things that go to Goodwill do not end up in someone else's home. They end up in a landfill. And that's not just Goodwill, that's a lot of thrift stores. So if you think that if you're donating your clothes to Goodwill, you're actually doing something good, it's a great thing to do that. But it's also better if you really get involved with just the whole movement of recycling your clothes. So basically, anything that you have in your closet that you're not utilizing, sell it on Poshmark, let someone else use it. Instead of going and buying something new, they can buy something that has been recycled, that is in great condition, hopefully. You don't ever sell anything that is not in good condition. I don't. But that's one of my things that I am very interested in doing, is helping the planet by recycling clothing, because so much ends up in a landfill and so much ends up destroying our earth because it ends up in a landfill. So it's really important, in my opinion, that you do not just, throw away your clothes or give it to Goodwill, that you actually are recycling. And Poshmark is my favorite place to go to do that. So recycling clothing is very important. And also, another thing I like to do to help the planet is to not eat meat products. I choose to do plant-based mainly. I do sometimes still have some fish, some shrimp, some salmon. I do enjoy that. I know I'm trying to get off of it. Eggs as well is another thing that I have a problem with. But in the process of going through the process, you have to sometimes give yourself a break. The same way as sometimes I would go to the store and buy something that's new, and I don't always recycle clothes. I also find myself finding it hard to give up the fish, the shrimp, crawfish, and also eggs and cheese. I have really enjoyed a lot of the cheese products like Go Veggie. And if you look on my Instagram, that is Ginger Smith 129 or Gigi Alive, you can find that I actually am posting things about different recipes that I'm getting used to using with cheese, and also with different kinds of meat substitutes. But with that being said, the bottom line is, what God has put here for us is what we should eat. And that means plant-based, mainly plant-based. You should try your hardest to substitute whatever you're doing. Normally, if it could be chips, cookies, that's not good for you, processed foods. And even those meats, of course those meats, take them out of your diet and instead enjoy a plant-based meal. And what I've been doing is a watermelon challenge. And the watermelon challenge basically means that, here's an example. This I get at my neighborhood HEB. HEB is a store that we have in Texas. And I'm sure other stores have these where they just have sliced up watermelon. And because we're ending up summer, these are like, they're trying to get rid of them, like, because they know that in the autumn we won't have watermelon. We can change it up to some other, plant-based item. But right now, I've been doing, this is going into the third week of watermelon as my snack that I go to. So when I feel the need to have chips or the need to have cookies, I go and grab a slice of watermelon. And I got tons of these in my fridge already. So that is one way that I'm helping myself be a little healthier. If you are able to get any fruit in your system, try that instead of doing processed food. Cucumber is also really good. Celery is also really good. Also, if you want to do any kind of low sugar type of fruit or vegetable, and believe it or not, some vegetables actually do contain sugar and are higher in calories. I don't do broccoli. I prefer spinach. Just switch it up. Like, instead of like doing one thing that you're used to doing, substitute it for something else. Try to get a challenge in your brain going of how many vegetables am I getting in? The truth is, we want to be able to eat as though literally it's our medicine. Instead of taking pills, which because I have lupus and I have other issues like thyroid problems, heart problems, I have to take a lot of medication. But I'm hoping, my goal is that I won't have to do that anymore, that I can utilize the food that God gave us here on earth as my medicine instead of using the pills. So try your hardest to fix yourself, like fix your brain to thinking, what can I do a little bit healthier today? Like every day, try something a little bit more from the earth that you're going to eat. Meaning that it could be a bean, it could be a pea, it could even be something like a fruit or a vegetable. And if it has to be something that is not what you call a substitute meat product, like they have a lot of different like Impossible burgers and things like that. If you want to do that, do it like once a week. Don't do it all the time, because it's easy to grab for those things because it's like fast. You can go through Burger King or whatever and grab an Impossible burger, but it's still going to be high in calories and it's going to be processed, so it's not from the earth. So try your hardest to give back to this great planet that has given you such a wonderful life, and try your hardest to go for mainly plant-based foods. Another thing that I've been really interested in doing is I love doing my reselling and recycling all the clothes, shoes, and things like that. And I love doing my plant-based dieting. But another thing I've been doing is adding a little bit of oil to my regimen. And this could be as simple as a coconut oil, olive oil, or maybe a lavender oil like this one. Or another thing, lavender oil helps you when you can't sleep, which I have a lot of problems with sleeping because of a lot of issues I have with my autoimmune issues. But a little bit of oil has been helping me a lot. And if you have menopause or premenopause symptoms like hot flashes, peppermint oil right here on your neck, right here, and also on your arm will actually help reduce your hot flashes immediately. Like, it's an immediate, quick response to help you. So if you can do that, and I also think prayer is good too. If you're a Christian or whatever your faith is, take time to meditate. Focus on good things in your life. Focus on how you're helping the earth by eating a mainly plant-based diet, how you're helping the earth by recycling clothing or any items that you're doing to recycle. Focus on that and pray about how you're going to be better at doing that, and pray, of course, for other people that they'll do it. And then, of course, add a little bit of lavender oil when you do your meditation and your prayer. I just like to lay it, on my neck and in my hair, on my hands. And when I do my prayers, I just feel so much better when I have my lavender oil. So lavender oil, peppermint oil, there's so many oils out there that you can get. Remember that those are there as assistants, but the best thing you can do for yourself is be a mainly plant-based eater, and also help the planet by not letting your items that you use, that you're tired of, like maybe your clothes or your shoes, or even your other items that you might have in your home that you would give to Goodwill, find a home for them. If you want to give to Goodwill, that's fine, but remember, they don't always get rid of everything. It sometimes ends up in a landfill. So try your hardest to recycle all of your other items, like you would recycle your plastics or your plates or your your aluminum, like how you would recycle those. Think about recycling everything. It's so important for us to try our hardest to give back to this planet and help us to be able to heal climate change, one person at a time. I encourage you to watch as many Netflix shows. I love Netflix because, it gives you lots of great documentaries. Heal is one of my favorite, Heal, and also What the Health, Forks Over Knives, Cowspiracy. But there's a lot more that you can look into documentary-wise and learn so much from. So I encourage you to do that as well. Okay, so the next time I do a video, I will talk more about Poshmarking and reselling, and I'll talk more about what I've been up to with my health. I'm feeling way better. I did have a really bad situation with atrial fibrillation, and that's why eating more healthy and meditating and using my oils is so important. I am now on a lot of different, actually 4 different medications for atrial fibrillation. So I'm hoping by the time I talk to you next time, I'll be stabilized. And I'll be able to say that I don't have an issue with that anymore, but I'm still recovering from that. So keep in contact with me, like and share. If this content helped you in any way, shape, or form, I would love it if you left comments in the comment section. Thank you so much. And I'm Gigi Alive. Like, share, and subscribe. And God bless.